A 3-cheese pizza cooked on the baking steel in your home oven. Nice and crispy bottom, crispy crust. Let's get to it. What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to my pizza channel. It's the Pizza Guy John, and today here I have a baking steel. I'm gonna do unboxing and a review of this baking steel. It's getting cold now outside, so the best way to heat up your house is making some pizza inside. So this pizza stone goes directly in your oven, and again, by turning on your oven to the full max, it will definitely warm up your house. So let's go ahead and get this opened. You can see it's nicely shipped. Again, it's a baking steel made in the USA. And so let's open this up here. And it comes with like a little manual here with some instructions on how to make pizza out of the carrot box. So basically, out of the box, what you want to do to get your oven turned on. Really, there's nothing else to it. There's no cleaning. Again, the steel is already seasoned, so out of the box, it's just ready to basically go. So that is perfect. Easy cleaning instructions here, and then again, re-seasoning. Again, there will be some instructions there. Stored it, and here is a recipe and the sauce, which again they do say Bianco di Napoli tomatoes, which again is my favorite tomatoes, what I use all the time when I make my pizzas. Make some English muffins, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, let's go and take a look at this steel. And again, this is the original steel, so the original that they first came out with. The company was nice enough to send me this steel, so it's pretty heavy. But let's go ahead and get this right out. As you can see, they have the baking steel etched into it here. Like I said, it's really heavy. Again, it's steel made in the USA, so this will heat up in your oven and cook some good pizzas or whatever else you choose to make with it. Before you get the oven preheated, you want to place the stone on the rack. Again, what you want to do is you want to measure out 6 inches away from the boiler, which again here is going to be down 2 settings down. Next, you want to go ahead and preheat your oven to the highest setting. You want to go for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. All right, now that your steel is in your oven preheating, again, you want to preheat it for about 45 minutes to about an hour. Again, you want to have a thermometer gun as well to kind of see where the temperature is at. But while that is preheating, then you want to go ahead and start prepping your toppings. I got some low moisture mozzarella cheese that I'm going to be grating here. I got my sauce ready that I made earlier by just crushing up some tomatoes using the immersion blender, a little bit of salt and a little bit of olive oil. You could use any other toppings as well, but in the meantime, we're just gonna go ahead and prep this cheese to get that ready. So let's go ahead and get this opened. And again, a shredded, again, using a block of cheese is better than getting the cheese that's already shredded. It just has some chemicals on there that you don't want, and it just burns a little bit different. So with your shredded cheese, you want to go ahead and just start shredding this. And again, this will burn nicely. So I'll do this for a couple minutes, get this fully shredded, then I'll go ahead and put it in the freezer. That way, whenever we do use it, it burns slowly in the oven, and it's not going to melt super fast and weird. So we'll shred that, put that in the freezer, and then we'll come back whenever the stone's ready. All right, so it's been about an hour now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the steel in the oven. So right in the center, we're looking close to about 540 degrees. So I think we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and get that oven closed. And today's dough is just a direct dough that I did. As you can see, the dough is ready to go. I got a couple dough balls here. These are about 120 or so, give or take. And then we got four 260 gram dough balls. So let's go ahead and we're just going to be making a regular pizza. We got some mozzarella cheese. We got a boccolini cheese. Or boccolini, which is basically just a mozzarella, and of course your Parmesan. So let's go ahead and let's get this stretched out. Put some semolina here, and we'll go ahead and get this big one right here. And again, this is the first cook and first impression of what I think about a baking still in the oven. Like I said, it's perfect now for the winter time. Being that it's getting cold outside, you know, you're not gonna really be cooking too much outside. So being able to cook inside is nice, warms up the house. So we'll get that covered up. All right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get this stretched out here. Alright, I'm just getting this nice and round. And again, the oven was on for about an hour preheating with the still in there, so if you wanted to go longer, you definitely could. And each oven will be different. The oven that I have is a gas oven, so again, a electric oven may be a little bit longer. Well, let's go ahead. We'll get this stretched out. Comment down below if you have a baking still or if you cook pizzas inside. You know, what method do you like to use to get your still heated up? So we'll just get this nicely here. All right. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get our sauce down, which again is just a simple tomato sauce. All right. Get some Parmesan. Okay. And I'm just gonna go with a pretty good amount of the shredded mozzarella. And just a little bit more. Okay. And like I said, we do have this little mozzarella. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of break that up here. Okay. All right, so now that we have that there, let me get some semolina. And we're just using the Gourmet Ace peel here that I have. Again, it does have a short handle, so it's going to be easy to get it in and out of the oven. So go ahead and just get this here. All right. And we're just going to go ahead now and get this directly onto. Okay. We're going to get that closed, and we're going to go ahead now and cook this for about 8 minutes or so. So I'll go ahead and set a timer and then kind of just watch it as it cooks. Alright. As you can see, the crust is starting to rise just a little bit, which is pretty good. Cheese is slowly melting. Again, this was a direct method dough that I did. I did add a little bit of oil, about 5 grams, into the dough to see if that kind of helps with cooking in the oven. Again, since this is cooking in your oven, again, it's going to be a slow cook and not, a 2-minute cook. If you had it in your oven, your outdoor oven. So we're just going to kind of watch that. And maybe about halfway, we may just give it a little spin or take a look and see how it is cooking in there. Alright, so we're about 2 minutes into the cook. And from the video, you can see the cheese melting. Alright, so we're about halfway into the cook. I'm gonna go ahead and let's pull it out. So you can see the cheese is melting. I'm gonna go ahead and get a spin of this around. Bottom is cooking. We're gonna go ahead and give it maybe another couple minutes, and then what I want to do is I want to turn that boiler on and get the crust cooked nice and brown. Cheese is definitely melted. Alright, so for the last 2 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. As you can see, it's cooking nicely. The bottom is nice and cooked, so I'm going to take this out. The cheese is melted. And what I'm going to do at this point is just put a little bit of oil on the crust. We'll get this browned up a little bit. Get a little crisp to it as well. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and just finish that off in there for the last minute or so. got about 30 seconds left. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this out. As you can see, it's nice and cooked all the way around. Cheese is cooked nicely. Let's get this to the cooling rack. And before we do, let's take a look at the stone and see how hot it is right now, or still. So we're looking at about 492 on the still. So the temperature did drop a little bit, but over here about 513. So where the pizza was at is about 489, 490. Let's take a look at this pizza. Looks nice. Again, nice and crispy. Let's take a look at this bottom. You can see the bottom is cooked nicely, nice and brown. It's crispy. So they're cooked really, really well. We're gonna go ahead and let this cool down a little bit, and we'll get a cut into this. All right, so now that the pizza's cooled down, let's go ahead and get a cut. As you can hear, it is nice and crispy, just the way you want a pizza. Let's get a cut of this. And like I said, here is the bottom, nice and brown, as you can hear, nice and crispy. Look at the crust. So let's go ahead and take a bite. That's a perfect crispy pizza. Again, this pizza was cooked on the baking still for about 8 minutes. It's nice and crispy, thin, real good flavor to it. Again, this is 3 different types of cheeses. Mozzarella, you got a mozzarella, a bocconcini, and then just your Parmesan, grated Parmesan with some tomato sauce. So overall, I think this baking still is perfect for your home oven. They have a couple different options on their website. I'll link them down below. The still that I have is just the original baking still, again, that was sent out to me from Baking Still, so thank you to them. Highly recommend getting a baking still. Again, if you are looking to cook inside your home oven, it's just perfect to get nice cooked pizzas, for any level of pizza makers. So if you like this video, like and subscribe. Comment down below what you like about the baking still, if you have one, or if you're interested in getting one. Comment down below. Check out my Instagram at the Pizza Guy John, and we'll talk soon.